Thank you for the opportunity to address you, Commissioners. My name is Jim Alderden. I'm the Sheriff of Larimer County. I just have a couple of points I'd like to bring up, reference this use for your consideration. The first is the definition of medical marijuana grow facility operation. It seems to me, from my reading of that it maybe would have the unintended consequence of preventing a legitimate primary caregiver from having their 6 plants to distribute or dispense to their neighbor, their son, their daughter, something of that, of a legitimate relationship there. And I certainly don't think that was anybody's intent to do that, but I'm just afraid that the way that this is written, that may have that unintended consequence of preventing somebody from having 6 plants in their greenhouse, in their backyard, or in their basement to supply somebody that they have a relationship with. So I'd ask that you look at that a little bit closer. Regards page 4, item 7, and page 5, item 6 talk about the appropriate security measures. I'm looking at this somewhat from a more of a legislative legalese standpoint, and frankly, that to me is a little bit too loose of the wording. It says that you have to have locks, you have to have a safe, and you have to have cameras, but it doesn't say you have to use them. It says that you have to have them. I believe people will find that as a loophole. So I think that needs to be tightened down, that you have a safe and you're going to have a dispensary, you're going to lock your stuff in a safe at night. I would also strongly urge you, particularly in the case of the grow operations, that you require, as these folks have done, a monitored alarm system. Not just an alarm, but a monitored alarm system. If somebody has just cameras, just a lock, and somebody breaks in, they could have 2 hours in there to clean the place out. So unless it's a monitored alarm and there's going to be a police response or the RP is going to respond, the criminal element would have free access to that for an unlimited amount of time. Final point is, again, on the grow operations, excuse me, I think one of the things that we've encountered as law enforcement when we go into the illegal grow operations that are doing 300, 400, 500 plants, 2 things are chemical hazards and fire hazards. Again, I would suggest and strongly urge you to make that part of the regulation that they comply with the fire code and that they be open for administrative inspection to ensure compliance with the fire code and the proper storage of any hazardous materials. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alderden. Any question, Mr. Alderden?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Next.